Hi friends, good day. I'm going to discuss the examination paper that was conducted for you from final accounts. The first time you are writing true or false statements, and here you can see 5 into 2 marks has been given 10 marks, and no marks shall be awarded without valid reason. Just you simply can't say true or false. You need to explain on that. I'll be orally explaining that, and if you want you can make a note of it. And this is something which you all should remember, that it is based on the statement which you give in the examination. Okay, so how to present this, just let me give you briefly. P and L account shows the financial position of a concern. You should write profit and loss account shows financial performance. Simply you can change it. You can write here profit and loss account shows the financial performance. Performance means profit or loss. Clear to all of you? You can just simply add this in place of position. You can write P&L account shows the financial performance. Performance means that is either profit or loss. Therefore, this statement is false. Clear to all of you? You should write first, you should write false. Then you should explain this reason, valid reason. Then if you want, you can add balance sheet shows the financial position. You can write, if you want, you got the time, you can write balance sheet shows the financial position. Clear to all of you? Then debit balance in the P&L account is surplus. Debit balance means, if you look at the P&L account, debit side is about expenses and losses, credit side is about income and gain. So debit balance in P&L account means expenses is more than income. It result in deficit, means a loss, not surplus. Surplus means profit. So this statement is also false. The debit balance in the P&L account is deficit. Deficit is nothing but loss. Clear to all of you? Credit balance in P&L account is a surplus. So that is what you should write. You start with false. Why it is false? Because the debit balance in the P&L account shows deficit. Then if you want, you can add credit balance in P&L account shows surplus. Credit means income is more. Then value of human resources is generally shown as asset in the balance sheet. This is also false. Value of human resources means, according to money measurement concept you have learned in the first class, fundamentals, beginning, maybe first class or second class, I don't remember exactly. We had discussion on money measurement concept. Those things which can be measured in terms of money will be recorded. Human resource, everybody knows that human resource, if you properly, a nation can properly utilize the natural resources, human resources, intellectual resources, simple words, human resources only, then country will prosper. But how to measure it? You can't measure in terms of money. When you can measure in terms of money, when you make some payment, when you can make payment for acquiring a particular item, yeah, this is the value of the item. But human resources, how an employee is loyal to organization, you can't measure. Simply, see, sometimes maybe management may feel that we are giving the salary for the services which we are taking. But more than that, there are some people, great people, they really work hard for development of the organization where they are working, using their intellectuality. Okay, intellectual skills. So which is not tangible, which is not tangible, intangible. You get benefit by looking at the face of a human being. You can't say. So that is why human resources we can't show in financial accounting, but we'll be learning later on subfields of accounting. Subfields of accounting, human resource accounting in developed countries like Japan, America. Now they are giving more importance to human resources. They started maintaining balance sheet, how to measure human resource as an asset. But from financial statement point of view, as per money measurement concept, we cannot treat human resources as an asset. Therefore, the value of human shown in the asset in the balance sheet is false. No, it can't be shown. Why it can't be shown? Because of, you should write money measurement concept. Briefly you write money measurement concept says that those assets which can be measured in terms of money, you can measure the value of the particular item, then that can be recorded. So this statement is false. The proprietor of a shop feels that he has made a loss due to closing stock being zero. This statement is also false. Why? The proprietor of a shields, see, the profit or loss is the difference between selling price and cost price. If SP is greater than cost price, you can say profit. If SP is less than cost price, you can say loss. Is this clear? When SP is greater than cost price, profit. When SP is less than cost price, so the profit or loss is based on sales value. If sales value is more, you'll get profit. If sales value is less, that means when sales value is more than cost price, profit. Sales value is less than cost price, it is a loss. Clear to all of you? I think this is what you should remember. Then that is what, not closing stock being zero means business is doing well. There is a good demand for your product in the market. Whatever the stock that is available, entire stock has been sold away. Okay, so this statement is also false. Proprietor should not feel. He should feel happy. There is a good demand for his product in the market. Okay, then sundry debtors are liquid assets. True. Sundry debtors are liquid assets. True. What is liquid asset? Those assets which are readily convertible into cash. Liquid assets are those assets which are readily converted into cash and will include cash, balance, bills receivable, debtor, short-term investments like that. Okay? If you want, you can write statement like this. First you write like false. Why it is false? He says that. What is the question? Tell me. Profit and loss account shows financial position. Profit and loss account shows profit and loss account shows financial performance. Profit and loss account shows financial performance, but not position. Balance sheet will show financial position. Clear to all of you? Then you have to write here performance means in bracket profit or loss. You add this here. Okay, profit or loss, but not position. Balance sheet will show financial position. Okay, like this you can, the statement can be according to your own own words. Then second part of the question, the debit balance in P&L account shows deficit. This is also false. Shows deficit or loss. But credit balance shows or it is also called as profit. Is this clear? Next, C. Value of human resources generally shown as asset in the balance sheet. False. The value of human resources is not shown the balance sheet according to money measurement concept. According to money measurement concept. Okay, then D. You know money measurement concept, they understand. No need to, if you got the time, you can explain those things which can be measured in terms of money will be recorded. Next, proprietor of a shop feels that he has made a loss due to closing stock being 0. D. Profit or loss of a concern is decided by not closing stock being 0. Will be decided on difference between selling price and cost price. If sales value is more than cost of goods sold, there is a profit. Otherwise, vice. However, when sales value is lower than cost of goods sold, you learn that cost of goods sold, opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock is equal to cost of goods sold. Sales value is lower than cost of goods sold, it means there is a loss. Like this you can write. Profit or loss of a concern is decided by not closing stock being 0. It will be decided on difference between selling price and cost price. If sales value is more than cost of goods sold, there is a profit. However, when sales value is lower than cost of goods sold, it means there is a loss. Clear to all of you? Then last one, sunny debtors are liquid assets. True. True. First, you should write few lines. Liquid assets are those assets which are readily converted into cash. Which are readily converted into cash and will include cash balance, bank balance, bills receivable, comma, debtors, and short-term investments. You can sell those short-term investment within a period of 2 months or 3 months. That can be taken as, that means you can realize debtors means customers are going to make a payment within a period of 1 or 2 months. Generally 1 month credit will be given. That means you can expect the amount to be collected within a period of 1 month. Liquid asset, that means which are readily converted to cash, will include cash and cash balance, bank balance, bills receivable. You'll be learning that in bills of exchange, and short-term investments. Is clear? Like this, you can give your opinion on this statement of true or false. Clear to all of you? Okay, now coming back to the final accounts. So from the following trial balance, prepare trading and P&L account for the year ended 31st December 18 and balance sheet. You know, capital is a liability. Drawings, deduct from capital. You all are aware of it. Plant and machinery asset. Stock on 1st January. Opening stock. Trading account debit side. Purchases trading account debit side. Sales trading account credit side. Purchase returns. Purchase and sales return. This is sales returns. You know, purchase returns will appear on the opposite side to purchases. This is purchase returns. Sales return will appear opposite to sales. So the sales returns will be deducted from sales. Purchase returns will be deducted from purchases. General expenses, profit and loss account debit side. Rent, profit and loss account debit side. Rates, profit and loss account debit side. Apprenticeship premium. See, for the first time you are getting apprenticeship premium. Apprenticeship premium is nothing but for you want some training from any organization, real-time training before you want to join practical experience you want. For providing the practical experience, the organization which is giving you coaching, they charge some money from you. It is called as apprenticeship. For giving the training, they are collecting some money. That is called as premium. It is an income. If we are paying, it is an expense. If we are receiving, it is an income. Apprenticeship premium can be for CA articleship students. The organization where you are undertaking the training, they will be making payment. Apprenticeship premium is being paid. So for that particular organization, it is an expense. For you, it is an income. Now we are talking about business. You know, apprenticeship premium received. It is income. It will be credited to profit and loss account. PC, profit and loss account, credit side. Bank overdraft, liability. Bad debts, profit and loss account, debit side. Debtors, asset. This is creditors, liability. Cash on hand, asset. Bad debts reserve, I told you. You take this from the examination point of view, profit and loss account. Credit side is called as a old provision. Depreciation, plant and machinery 10%. You know that. Increase in bad debts reserve to 5% on debtors. It is to be calculated on sunny debtors. Rent accrued, outstanding. You know that, add to. So what I do, debtors, for us to identify, I am putting some dot. It indicates that there is some adjustment. Clear to all of you? Whenever you put dot in the examination after reading it, don't write these things in the examination hall. This is for you to understand. By the time you go to examination, you are comfortable in doing it. So debtors here, debtors account, you got adjustment. So I am just giving an indication that we are having double effect on this. Then depreciate plant and machinery also. I am putting some adjustment here because we are having some depreciation. Then rent accrued. On rent also we are having. Accrued means outstanding but not due. Outstanding means due but not paid. This also I have explained in final accounts. Rates, 80 rupees are paid in advance, is nothing but prepaid expense. So it is to be deducted from rates. It will go to balance sheet, asset side. Rent outstanding is debited to profit and loss account, add to existing rent, balance sheet, liability side. 5% debtors provision you have to calculate is called as a new provision. And from the examination point of view, you calculate 5% on debtors 4,200, and that should be debited to profit and loss account. Again, it is deducted from sunny debtors. Closing stock on 31st December. You know the effect. Trading account, credit side, and balance sheet, asset side. Apprenticeship premium received in advance is nothing but income received in advance. Income received in advance. It is to be deducted from concerned income and then balance sheet, liabilities side. Clear to all of you? So we work out this problem here. Okay, so first what I do, I will be giving you explanation to these adjustments. This is, I am using the term tutorial notes. In the examination you need not write. Only working notes you should write. Tutorial notes is for you to understand. Depreciation on plant and machinery. %10 per annum. 950 into 10%, 95. 950. 95. This A debited to P&L account. B balance sheet deduct from concerned asset. Concerned asset is deduct from, what is the name of the concerned asset? Deduct from plant and machinery. Then adjustment number 2. Increase bad debts reserve to 5% on debtors. They are asking, increase means they are asking you to provide provision for bad debts. Already 105 is there. They want, this provision has been created in the last year for meeting the bad debts. This 105 rupees was the provision for meeting the bad debts arising in the current year. Actually 105 was meant for 172. Now this I have already explained the reason. I don't want to waste your time. From the examination point of view, you recollect yourself in final accounts. Very clearly I have explained the meaning of provision for bad debts. So from the examination, you show this on the credit side. Bad debts you show on the debit side. This is called as new provision. You show in the balance sheet, P&L account debit side, deduct from asset. So Now this I am writing as a, okay, no problem, debtors provision for bad debts at the rate of 5% on debtors. Debtors is how much? 4,200. PBD at the rate of 5% on 4,200. It is coming to 210. 4,200 minus 210. 3,990. Come on, this PBD taken to P&L account, debit side. This will be taken to balance sheet, asset side. The first effect, P&L account debit side. Second effect, deduct from debtors. Next, third one. Rent accrued, 40. Rent accrued is nothing but outstanding. So add to existing rent given trial balance. Show it on the debit side of profit and loss account. Then fourth item. Rates of 80 rupees are paid in advance. Is nothing but prepaid. Achha, second effect. This is first effect. Outstanding rent is shown on the balance sheet. Liabilities. Next, fourth adjustment is about rates paid in advance. Expenses paid in advance. Expenses paid in advance means deduct from concern expense, that is rates in P&L account, debit side. P paid in advance is nothing but asset. Prepaid expenses is an asset. Balance sheet, asset side. Balance sheet, asset side. Fifth adjustment. Stock on hand, you know about it. Closing stock, trading account, credit side, balance sheet, asset side. I'm not writing that. Apprenticeship premium received in advance. Apprenticeship received in advance. A is nothing but income received in advance. Income received in advance. That is next year income received in current year. So we are following accrual concept, means this year income only to be considered. So but next year income, it is included in the current year income. So therefore it is to be deducted. So deduct from concerned income on the credit side. Concerned income means apprenticeship premium. On the credit side of P&L account, B, balance sheet liability side. Income received in advance will appear balance sheet liability side. Okay. So this explanation has been given. We can go for now solution. Trading comma P&L account for the year ending 31st December 18. I'm not giving importance to format. You all are aware of the format. We're having inner column, outer column, etc. Okay, this is just to have a paper discussion here with you people, so that those who are coming from non-commerce background, particularly for them, I am giving emphasis because it is a major chapter. Compulsory, there will be question in the examination. Okay, let me start with first. Opening stock given how much? 1460. Then purchases 10,362. From that deduct returns. What is returns? 291. So 10,362 minus 291 is coming to 10,071. Then sales 11,906. From that you should deduct returns. 210 rupees. 11,906 minus 210. 11,696. Then these two items are trading account. Remaining all items are relating to which one? Profit and loss accounts. So directly you can take closing stock. I told you closing stock is having two effects: trading account credit side, you know that, balance sheet asset side. So by closing stock it is 1700. Okay, now 11,696 plus 1700, 13,396 minus 1460 minus 10,071, it is coming to 1865. This is gross profit carry down. transfer to P&L account. Clear to all of you? Then by gross profit brought down 1,865. Then look at the expenses part. General expenses 440. To general expenses 440. Rent 120, we got adjustment on rent. What is the adjustment on rent? Rent accrued. So I told you already, I have given the tutorial note to you to understand. 40 rupees to be added to rent. To rent 120. Add accrued 40. See, I have already told you the format. I think you all can know that. Inner column you should draw for showing the calculation. Okay, and particulars, debit, credit, left hand side debit, right hand side credit. These things don't forget, basic things. Then next, rates. We got adjustments. Rates paid in advance means prepaid. Rates 200. Paid in advance. How much? 80 rupees. Means related to next year. 120. Then after rates, apprenticeship premium 80. Received advance fees 20 is to be deducted. Credit side. ₹60. Okay. Then after that, bad debts. Bad debts how much? 172. And I have told you that provision for bad debts we have calculated. Provision for bad debts we have calculated, which is 5% on debtors. Here I have shown you how much? 210 rupees. P&L account debit side. P&L account debit side. And then second effect, you know that should be deducted from debtors. And this bad debts reserve, I told you, it will go to credit side of P&L account. I told you from the examination point of view stuff. Some people, they might have learned comparing old and new. Maybe sometimes if you are comfortable in doing it, it's your wish. You can compare the old and new. But that is not the actual logic. That is not supposed to be learned. The purpose of PBD, I have clearly explained you, my dear friends, comparing the old with the bad debts and new, the difference, then it will be taken to P&L account. Instead of that, old I am taking to credit side, new debit side, bad debts debit side. Is this, if you got any doubt, you got since video recording classes of PBD account in final accounts, you can see, and you can see that, and you can go through once again. So here bad debts reserve 105. This can be called as old. So depreciation is left out. Rent is completed. Closing stock completed. Apprenticeship premium adjustment is completed. Now we are left out depreciation on Plant and machinery, actually I told you depreciation is to be debited to profit and loss account. 950 into 10%, 95. To depreciation on ₹95. Okay. $1865 plus 60 plus 105, 2030. So 833 rupees is net profit carry down. Transfer to capital account. Now you can go for balance sheet. December 31st, 2018. I'm not giving importance to format. Again, repeating again. Left hand side is liabilities. You know that. Right hand side is asset. Okay, doesn't. And here also you can have inner column for showing the adjustments. Adjustments means addition, subtraction. These all are called as adjustments. So always begin with capital first. Capital given here 4,250. To this add net profit 833. From this you should deduct drawings. Drawings is nothing but withdrawing of profit. 710. So 4,250 plus 833 minus 710. 4,373. Next. Bank overdraft 240. Then Creditors 2000. We also got some accrued rent adjustment. I've already told you. Here, rent accrued is a liability. Balance sheet, liability side. Rent accrued 40. We also got apprenticeship premium in advance, received in advance. That's nothing but income received in advance. 20 rupees. Let us cross check. Is it 20? Yeah. Apprenticeship received premium received in advance 20 rupees. So these are things we have shown on the liability side. Now let us start with plant and machinery. Plant and machinery is an asset. We got adjustment, depreciation 10%, 95. So plant and machinery, $950 less depreciation at the rate of 10%. See my dear friend, tutorial notes for those who are having doubt. Actually in the examination, no need to go for tutorial note. If you can do or whatever the tutorial note is for me to explain you. But directly you can do in the examination. you find difficult in calculation, then you can go for what? Instead of writing tutorial note, you write as a working notes. 855. After plant and machinery, we got debtors, major asset. Am I right? Plant and machinery. After that, we got major asset, debtors. Debtors is how much? 4,200. On this 4,200, we have calculated PBD at the rate of 5%, I think. We got 210, no? PBD 210. So 4,200 minus 210, it is coming to 3,990. This is debtors. Then after that, we got cash in hand. Before cash in hand, rent accrued is a liability completed. Rates paid in advance. This adjustment is complete. This adjustment is completed. This adjustment is completed. Now closing stock. This adjustment is complete. We are having two adjustments. Rates, advance, closing stock, second effect, balance sheet, asset side. So what I am doing, rates in advance, 80 will appear on the asset side. Then closing stock. What is closing stock? 1,700. Then we got cash balance, 48. Now we can see this. $6,673. So balance sheet is tallied. Clear to all of you? Like this you should do. Now let us see the next problem. The following balances extracted from the books of Vikas. Prepare the trading and P&L account for the year ended 31st December 18 and balance sheet as on that date after taking into consideration the adjustments given below. Drawing shows debit balance. This is drawings. You know it should be deducted from capital. This is capital. This is purchases, shows debit balance. Sales will show which balance? Trade balance. This returns is nothing but sales returns. This returns is nothing but purchase returns. This is debtors. This is creditor. Debtors shows debit balance. This is opening stock, trading account, debit side. Bad debts, profit and loss account, debit side. Bills receivable, asset. Bills payable, liability. Capital, liability. Purchases, trading account, debit side. Sales, trading account, credit side. Clear? Debtors, asset. Creditors, liability. Cash in hand, asset. Office expenses, profit and loss account, debit side. Sales van, asset. Sales van expenses, profit and loss account, debit side. Discount credit is nothing but received. Credit means credit has been given, no, that is why it is received. Rent and taxes, profit and loss account, debit side. Telephone charges, profit and loss account, debit side. Postage and telegram, profit and loss account, debit side. Furniture, asset. Printing and stationery, profit and loss account debit side. Commission, profit and loss account debit side. Carriage inwards. On purchase of goods, you have paid transportation charges. Trading account debit side. Salaries and wages, profit and loss account debit side. Closing stock, you know. Trading account credit side, balance sheet, asset side. Depreciation. Now this time I am not giving tutorial note. 10% furniture will go to P&L account. Sales van 20% will go to P&L account. Balance sheet deduct from concerned asset. Outstanding rent, we have seen similar adjustment, rent accrued. Add to rent in P&L account, balance sheet, liability side. Bad debts, already we are having some bad debts in P&L account. 3000, but this is additional bad debt. That means this bad debts has not been taken to trial balance. Means it is to be added to bad debts and it is to be deducted from debtors. Bad debts means that bad debts they are not shown in trial balance. This after preparing the trial balance, you came to know that there is a bad debts. Bad debts is a loss. So this bad debts loss is to be debited to P&L account. But we are already having some bad debts, no? So about bad debts, it is to be added to existing bad debts of 3000. And to calculate provision, provision is nothing but anticipation of the doubt you are having on certain debtors. So the doubt you have to calculate only on debtors which you are expected to receive. So now debtors, if you look at it, if you look at debtors 18,200, this 18,200 they have already deducted bad debts. Please remember, when bad debts is appearing in trial balance, it means they have already deducted from sunny debtors. So that is why this is having only single effect. All trial balance items will have only single effect. Now all adjustments will have double effect, because this I have told you in adjustments. A transaction that has been omitted, omission means according to double entry system. That is why we are having two effects. So now to calculate PBD, 18,200 you are expecting, but now confirmation is that there is further bad debts of 200. It is called as further. Always trial balance given is actual bad debts. This is further means additional bad. So 18,200, 200 is confirmed. Now 18,000 you are expected to receive on debtors. On that also again you are having doubt on 5%. So this I will be giving working notes. Charge 1/4 of salaries and wages to trading account. 1/4 means what is wages and salaries? Salaries and wages 20,500, no? 20,500 into 1/4. It is coming to 5,125 trading account. Then balance to P&L account, that is 20,500 into 3/4. 20,500 to 3/4. It is coming to how much? 15,375 is to be debited to P&L account. Okay. So what I do for this problem, I will be going for working notes this time. Working notes for provision for bad debts. Debtors given how much? 18,200 minus 200, 18,000. On this, calculate PBD at the rate of, what is the percentage that was given PBD? 5%. That is, you are having doubt on this 18,000. So 18,000 into 5%. is coming to 900. So finally, how much you are receiving? 17,100. This is net after adjusting. Now see, this 200 rupees P&L account debit side. This also P&L account debit side. I told you PBD first effect, bad debts adjustment given, first effect P&L account, second effect deduct from debtors, provision for bad debts, first effect P&L account, deduct from debtors. Now this will be taken to balance sheet asset side. Since to calculate PBD I have to do this, the advantage I am having, again all this calculation need not be taken to balance sheet. Directly balance sheet you can take 17,100, in P&L account you can do like this. So now this problem, to get confidence for you, I have already orally explained the adjustments. Directly I will be taking you to trading comma P&L account. What is the year they are given? 31st December 18. Because for the year ending 31st December 2018. Now let me take you to this first. Opening stock 19,800. To purchases 72,100, and I told you purchase returns will appear on the credit side, opposite side. 72,100 minus returns is how much? 2,700. $69,400. Then we got sales 95,000. Sales returns will appear on the opposite side. Minus returns 1,300. Then after that we are having trading account items. Opening stock has been taken, TD, you can see. Somewhere we are having carriage inwards 3,200. And we are also given salaries and wages. 1/3 is related to, I think 1/4 is related to trading account has been mentioned. 1/4. It is coming to 5,125. 20,500 by 4. 5,125. You should be watchful while doing it. Once it is completed, you can put tick mark like this. This is completed. This is completed. This is complete. So that you'll be knowing the remaining items. Carriage inward is completed. This is TD and PD. Initially, we thought it's PD because wages is given later. It is generally profit and loss account. But since adjustment has given, part of it goes to trading account, part of it goes to profit and loss account. Okay. Then all these adjustments are related to P&L account only. But now you can take closing stock 61,700. Only you should develop the time management, my dear friends. You need lot of practice for accounting. Using calculator and time management is the key. It's not that you can do in 1 hour time, but time management is the key. So 1,55,400. We check total once again. 61,700. 1,55,400. From that, you should deduct these expenses. 19,800, 69,400, 3,200, 5,125, 57,875. This is gross profit carried on brackets transferred to profit and loss account. Okay. $57,875. Then after that, you have to go to profit and loss account items. So instead of starting with bad debts, it looks very bad. No, let us start with salaries and wages. Salaries and wages, what is that? 3 by 4, it is coming to 15,375. So salaries and wages 15,375. I have done 3 by 4 no. Then next, let us start from here. Bad debts, let us write it later on. Office expenses. Once it is completed, you put tick mark like this. 6,210. We haven't had any adjustment on this. Office expense, 1 minute. 6,210. To office expenses 6,210. Sales van expenses 1,400. To sales van expenses 1,400. Then next, this is completed. Discount is received no. It will be taken to credit side 2,910. By discount. Then rent and taxes 10,700. I think we don't have any adjustment on this. Rent we are having adjustment no. Then we are having again adjustment on outstanding rent. Bad debts, okay. PBD, okay. This is completed. Salaries and wages adjustment is completed. Bad debts we got adjustment no here. Bad debts to the existing bad debts, we should add the bad debts. And we are having depreciation on furniture, sales van. Furniture, we are having adjustment. Sales van, we are having adjustment. Okay. Right. Coming back to this now. Rent and taxes, we are having adjustment 10,700. We are having outstanding rent 900. Okay. So it's like two expenses. They have opened one account. Maybe taxes are yearly, once in a year you may be paying. Why should local taxes is like, so it's not income tax, local taxes. That is why they're combined with rent and taxes, like municipal tax you need to pay. So rent and taxes, they opened one account. So 10,700 outstanding rent is to be added to that 900. Okay. This is completed. Telephone charges 1050. Then postage and telegram. This telegram concept has gone now. Right. I can write postage. In the problem they have given, we are taking out. So postage 950. Now nobody is issuing telegram. Telegram department has been closed already. I think you all are aware of it. Most of you may not be knowing about what is telegram. In olden days, when communication, we don't have phone facilities, any emergency matter that is to be communicated, that is to be sent through telegram. Postal and telegram department we used to have. Like that, in an emergency situation, that used to be sent very quickly, within 12 hours, within 4 hours, to convey the emergency things. So now the telegram department, because we are having internet, etc., I think telegram concept has gone. So, but this is maybe old problem. So leave it. I'm explaining that the reason. If it is given in the examination like that, you write it. Just to explain that this is the concept has gone. Okay, but since it has been given, I'm writing like this. So postage and telegram 950. Next, this is completed. Printing and stationery 2750. So printing and stationery 2750. And then commission 8400. This carriage inwards has been already taken to trading account. Salaries also we have taken already. Now we can go for depreciation on furniture. This adjustment outstanding rent has been completely already added. Now we have got bad debts. No, first let me take to bad debts. Bad debts given here how much? 3000. 3000 to 3000 you should add 200. So bad debts plus further bad debts 200, 3200. And I have told you already, we have also calculated provision for bad debts. You have done working notes now. P&L account debit side we have taken. What is PBD? 900 P&L account debit side. Okay, this also has been taken. So this adjustment is completed. PBT adjustment is completed. This is completed. Mean one first effect is completed. Second effect, if it is, you can put into mark. That means second effect also has been completed. Now depreciation. Now we will be writing 10% depreciation. What is depreciation on furniture? What is furniture value? 5,000. 10% means 500. This is first effect. Second effect, deduct from concerned asset. To depreciation on sales van. Sales van is how much? 15,000. On that, what is depreciation? 15,000. On that, 20%. 20% means coming to 3,000, no? So to depreciation on sales van 3,000. Now you can go back and we can see whether all adjustments have been completed or not. Closing stock taken, trading account, depreciation taken, outstanding rent added, bad debts completed, provision completed. This treatment, I think all the items have been taken. Bad debts, office expenses taken, discount taken, rent and taxes. Because if any one item is missing, balance sheet will not tally. I think commission also we have taken, no, 5,004, 8,400. We can check commission. We can check commission here. What is commission? 8,400. I think commission also has been taken, right? So now credit side of uh, P&L account, we are having only two items. Now we can go for closing of this account. We can go for closing of this account. 57,875 plus 2,910. It is coming to 60,785. $60,785. 60,785 minus 15,000. 15,375 minus 6,210 minus 1,400 minus 11,600 minus 1,050 minus 950 minus 2,750 minus 8,400 minus 3,200 minus 900 minus 500 minus 3,000. You are getting 5,450 as a net profit. This net profit will be transferred to capital. Okay. Now we can go for balance sheet. We can go for balance sheet. Balance sheet of Vikas as at 31st December 18. Okay, let us start with first capital. Capital inner column 50,000. Plus net profit 5,450. Minus drawings 7,500. It is coming to 47,950. Okay. Then look at the liability side. We are having creditors. Capital is completed. Then we are having creditors 33,750. Creditors 33,750. Then bills payable is a liability. How much? 23,000. Bills payable 23,000. Then after that, that's it. Liabilities, we got outstanding rent. I told you, outstanding rent will go to where? Balance sheet, liabilities side. What is outstanding rent? 900. Now let me start. Always better to start in the order of permanence, starting with fixed assets first. So furniture 5,000 minus depreciation 500, 4,500. Sales van 20,000, I think, minus depreciation 3,000. It's 20,000 or 15,000? Just a minute. 15,000. 15,000 minus 3,000, it is coming to 12,000. Then debtors, we have done already working notes here. Directly this can be taken. Debtors 17,000. No need to again show because we have gone for working notes. No. Debtors 17,100. Debtors 17,100. Then after debtors, this is completed. Now we are having bills receivable also. This is completed. Bills receivable is how much? 12,000. Bills receivable 12,000. Cash in and better to take as a last item. Sales van is completed. Bad debts adjustment completed. Sales van completed. And furniture completed. Okay, now we are left out with the depreciation adjustment also has been completed. Outstanding rent completed. Bad debts completed. PBD. Second effect also completed. This charge, we are having this effect in trading account, P&L account. This is also completed. Now closing stock, already first effect has been completed. Second effect, balance sheet, asset side. Closing stock 61,700. Closing stock 61,700. Now let us see balance sheet, cash in hand 300. Now you can see asset side 4,500 plus 12,000 plus 300. It is coming to 1,07,600. 1,07,600. We have to cross check with this. Somewhere we are getting 2,000 difference, I think. Let me see where it has in bills receivable. Bills payable 23,000 has been written correct. Bills receivable 12,000 correct. Furniture, is it 5,000? Furniture, yes, 5,000 is correct. Debtors 18,200, and we have done the adjustment, no, already. Debtors 18,200 minus 200, and on that 5% 900, 17,100. Data 17,100 is correct. Bills receivable is 12,000 correct. Bills payable 23,000 correct. Then 7,500, is it correct? 50,000 plus 5,450. For 5,450 minus 7,500, this is also correct. 47,950. Debtors 35. Here I have written. See, exactly 2,000 difference I am getting. There is 35,750. So I think this can be cross checked. You should be careful while writing. 35,000 correct. I think we got the balance sheet tallied. Just cross check once again. 1,07,600 minus 47,950 minus 35,750 minus 23,000 minus 900. Yes, it tallied. So assets minus liability 0. That way also we can do. I hope this discussion is useful to you. Everything I've explained detailed manner. You can cross check with your answer sheets. We have your, I think, hope you all are having that. And whatever the mistakes you have done, just you can kindly cross check, make a note of it. In future, don't do that mistakes, right? Good luck. God bless you all. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.